Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network here on this fine Tuesday afternoon. It's the second of 3 straight contests between the Sonoma Stompers and the hosting Walnut Creek Crawdads. Charlie Limoncelli, Kasey Kazliner on the call. Kasey, Sunday was quite a game in favor of Sonoma as they ended up winning 10-4 over Walnut Creek in their first visit here to Monte Vista High School. Got a little bit of a shakeup in terms of both defense, the lineup, and on the bump today for Walnut Creek. Why don't we start real quick with the lineups, and then I want your most notables, so to speak. Starting off at the top of the order for Walnut Creek, Jared Medham playing shortstop. Then it's Sam Jenkins in the 2-hole playing center field. Joey Donnelly hitting third, playing right field. Zach Justice behind the dish and hitting fourth. John Ewens, the first baseman, hitting fifth. Ryan Brome playing left field, hitting sixth. Brady Wilson, the designated hitter today, hitting seventh. Ryan Ellis over at third, hitting eighth. And Cam Calvillo playing second, hitting ninth. Of those, who stands out the most to you, Kasey, right now?
I mean, I'm looking defensively at Ryan Ellis at third and how he's going to, step into the hot corner. No Riley Leininger in the lineup today for the Crawdads, which is a first-time occurrence this year. We're seeing Ellis taking some ground balls now. But it'll be interesting to see. He's coming off an injury, last week, so how his defense adapts. And the Crawdads have made a lot of errors this year, unfortunately. So we'll see how that turns out.
Absolutely. Defense is going to be a must. Crawdads infielders and pitchers practicing double plays on ground balls earlier today. On the hill for Walnut Creek, Cody Perry, the right-hander from Claremont McKenna, who, Kasey, is making his first start for the Crawdads this year. He's appeared in 3 games, 4.26 ERA, facing the left-handed shortstop Boardman. His first at-bat of the day. First offering outside as we get started here at 4:07 p.m. local.
Interesting to see how Cody Perry adapts in a starter role, too. We've only seen him out of the bullpen.
The 1-0 fastball outside, 88 miles an hour. Perry's gone 6 1/3 innings, Kasey's thrown 6 strikeouts to just 3 walks and 4 hits. Last appeared in the loss to the Legends last Tuesday, so it's been a week. The 2-0 fastball outside again. Quickly a 3-0 count on Boardman.
3 close pitches, too, just off the outside.
Boardman went 0 for 3 on Sunday against Walnut Creek, looking for his first hit of the series as he takes a fastball on the inner third. Strike 1 called.
Sticking to the fastball, Perry, here early, and I think we've talked to some of the pitchers. Laying it over the heart of the plate might be a better approach.
Perry kicks and delivers the 3-1. Fastball called, strike 2. Boardman thought that was ball 4, was about to chuck the bat. The Northridge native and CSUN Matador now working on full count. Perry looks into Justice for the call. The righty kicks and delivers. Swinging a ground ball over to second. Calvillo fields and throws to first for the out. Quick put away for Walnut Creek to get things going.
Great recovery there from Perry. You don't want to give it that leadoff walk. It felt like the Crawdads were having to pitch from the stretch so much these past few games.
Absolutely. There have been a whole lot of base runners thanks to base on balls, both walks and hit by pitches. There's Nick Sebastiani playing left field, and he's plunked. Just as we talk about runners on bags, Kasey.
Yeah, I mean, that is one thing that's felt like the constant in these games, at least for the Crawdads pitchers, is hitting guys. And they hit 5 last game. Can't be doing that early and all in base runners.
Indeed. So there's a base runner at first. 1 down in the top of the first inning for the 3-hole man, Landon Akers. Akers playing center field today. He did the same on Sunday where he went 2 for 6. Pair of singles. Also scored a run. On the year, Akers having a pretty fantastic year for the Stompers. 279 in 17 games. He's been the everyday guy for them. Perry's first offering to the righty. Fastball in the lower third. Strike 1.
Tough thing with those free bags, too, is, I mean, the base factor in this league has just been so abundant.
Absolutely. Sebastiani, guy with 7 already on the year, has plenty of speed. He's got a healthy lead at first. Perry from the stretch. The 0-1 to Akers. Fastball outside. 1-1. Akers, a Louisville, Kentucky native, plays his college ball over at Bellarmine University. Spent last year. Played and started in 56 games, hit .356. He was a monster. 1-1, clips the outer third. Another 88-mile-an-hour fastball from Perry. That's pretty much all we've seen is the fastball. Maybe a little bit of break, perhaps a sinker, two-seamer. But either way, it's been a lot of gas so far from the righty. Works on the first base side of the rubber. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball well outside, slapped into shallow right field, down for a base hit. That's good two-strike hitting, Casey.
It is. I mean, on a pitch outside as well. Gets it off the end of the bat, and Calvillo playing straight away was not going to be able to get there.
So there's 2 on with 1 down in the top of the first for the 4-hole man. It's McCann Libby, the Louisiana Tech commit after a season at Navarro College. Another righty playing in 17 games for the Stompers. First offering drilled into deep center field. Jenkins back at the track, and he makes the grab. Both runners are moving to advance. No, looks like Akers is going to hold. Sebastiani heads to third. That was almost a home run.
Yeah, I mean, great catch from Jenkins, and we talked about leaving it over the heart of the plate. That was a fastball. It couldn't have been more perfect down the middle, and Perry's lucky he didn't get that one out of the yard.
Absolutely, Libby, plenty of power. Just missed a big extra base hit there. So now making his series debut, Brady Shannon, the right fielder today for the Stompers. Another guy who's played in 16 games for Sonoma, hitting .222 on the year, 10 hits, 4 of them for extra bases. He's got 2 out, runners on the corners. Perry's first offering to the Ohio native outside.
Jared Medham broke his bright blue bat, and Brady Shannon with a very similar one.
Indeed, different brands. Marucci for Shannon. Medham had a Rawlings bat. The 1-0 outside fastball, called strike on the swing. So it'll be 1-1 on Shannon. Transferred from UCF after he played a year in 2023 there, 25 games, a couple of starts in the outfield. Transferred to Youngstown State, where he's at now. Redshirted in 2024, so made just his second appearance in collegiate ball. He slaps the 1-1 over to second. The throw from Medham to second base in time. Couple base runners, but they end up stranded. Cody Perry works out of the jam. So still scoreless. We'll head to the bottom of the first, see if the Crawdads want to strike first here on the Walnut Creek Streaming Network. Welcome back to the Crawdad Streaming Network. Here the first, Walnut Creek taking their first hacks of the day. Quick rundown for the Stompers. Shepler at third, Boardman for shortstop, Libby at second, Lazul at first, Sebastiani in left, Akers in center, Shannon in right, Poloski behind the dish. And they're on the bump, Charlie Malton, the right-handed pitcher from Los Medanos. To lead things off for Walnut Creek, it's the righty Medham. First offering to him. Fastball down the middle. Called strike. Malton, a native of Pleasant Hill, California, not actually too far. Originally went to Diablo Valley College, but did not play there in 2024. Transferred to Los Maranos. The 0-1 to the righty met him well outside on the breaking ball. 1-1.
Not been a big offensive team early in games. Want to have a chance here. Giving up nothing last half inning.
Absolutely, always important to score first. The 1-1 fastball from Malton outside. 2-1 now on Medham. Malton 1-0 on the year in 2 appearances, 1 start. He's played in 6 innings, 8 strikeouts to 4 walks, 3 hits allowed. No earned runs yet. The 2-1 chopped over to third. Boardman gets behind it after Schepler misses. That one will be ruled a base hit for Medham, and leadoff man for Walnut Creek aboard.
Medham put that ball in the perfect spot to make third baseman Schepler overrun it. At that point, it was unthrowable.
So Medham doing what he does best, getting aboard, table setting at the top of the order. Brings up Sam Jenkins hitting second today. 6'2" left-hander from Dallas, hitting 333 in 9 games for Walnut Creek this year. 3 extra base hits. Malton's first offering to him, fouled back, 0-1. Kasey Jenkins riding a 2-game hit streak against the Philippines baseball group. He was 3 for 5 with a triple. And then on Sunday against the Stompers, went 1 for 3 with a single. Had 2 walks as well.
Hard to get triples in this league, too.
Medham goes on the 0-1. Kowalski, the catcher, can't put the glove on it. So Medham with a free stolen bag.
Kowalski was thinking about the throw before he actually made the catch. It appeared.
Indeed it did. Hard to get away with that one. It'll be 1-1 now on Jenkins, the man who looks like a bit of a 5-tool player here for Walnut Creek. He's got the speed, got the glove, power and hit tool. Good arm in the outfield as well. It'll be 1-1 on the rising redshirt freshman from Baylor. Walton now working in the stretch. The 1-1. Swing and a miss on the high fastball. 1-2 on Jenkins. Jenkins definitely a guy who's been a bit aggressive at the plate this year, Kasey. 8 strikeouts to 8 walks. Has a good eye, but tends to chase at times. Now we're with 2 strikes. Medham at second. No one out in the bottom of the first. The 1-2 from Malton. Off speed, slapped over to second base. Libby Fields flips it to first in time. A productive out as Medham moves over to third. Still a man in scoring position as Joey Donnelly, the 3-hole hitter, steps in for Walnut Creek. Another left-handed outfield bat for the Crawdads. And perhaps one of their most productive, Kasey, hitting .425 on the year, leads the team in batting average. Up until recently led the CCL North in the stat as well. First offering to Donnelly, slapped on the ground, through for a base hit. Lazul diving, can't get there. An RBI single for Donnelly. And the Crawdads lead 1-0 early.
Yeah, we love to see that early production from the Crawdads. And like you mentioned, it's been hard for them to put balls in play early in games, but that's now, 3 guys being able to put it in play, avoid the strikeout.
Absolutely, definitely a big momentum shift for Walnut Creek. Here's Zach Justice, formerly catcher of Oregon, stepping in. There's a pickoff from Malton over to first. Donnelly's in there, safe. Justice spent 2 years with the Ducks, redshirted his true freshman year in 2024. Only played in 2 games this spring. Now he is elected to answer the transfer portal. Takes the first offer from Malton upstairs, ball 1. Justice last played against the Royal Seco Saints, Kasey, where he went 1 for 4 with the solo home run. That was a monster shot. The 1-0 infield fly called a balk. Interesting. Pitcher Malton did not come set, according to home plate umpire Ron McGath. So instead of an out, it'll be 1-0 for Justice. Big break.
Yeah, that's another RBI opportunity, and those have not been super frequent for him this year.
Only has 1 on the season, courtesy of that solo shot. Has 2 hits in 5 games, good for a 1.18 batting average. The 1-0 offering to the catcher, Justice, outside. It's 2-0. Donnelly did advance to second on the balk, so guy with plenty of speed in scoring position now. Still 1 out. Crawdads looking to extend the 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. McGath steps off, flips over to Libby at second, but he wasn't covering. Justice, technically a rising redshirt sophomore, still got a couple years of eligibility. In the portal looking for a new home, was formerly top-rated catching prospect in Oregon. Slaps a ground ball over to third. Shepler throws it to first, and Lazul barely able to stay on the bag. They get the out and hold Donnelly at second.
It's an impressive play from Lazul because it looked like it was going to be another disaster on defense.
Yeah, nearly an errant throw from Shepler, making his first start of this series. And now another dangerous batter up for Walnut Creek. It's John Ewens, the first baseman, in the 5-hole today. Second Crawdad hitting over 400 on the season. Ewens a 405 batting average in 10 games. Leads the team with 14 runs batted in on 3 extra base hits. Working with a man in scoring position. First offering, shallow fly ball into left field. Boardman back from shortstop to make the play. And that'll do it for the bottom of the first. Crawdads get 1 across. They lead 1-0 as we head to the top of the first. We'll be right back on the Walnut Creek Streaming Network. Welcome back to the Walnut Creek Streaming Network, here live at Monte Vista High School in Danville. It's a 1-0 ball game in favor of the Crawdads. Sonoma Stompers up to bat here in the top of the second. Connor Pulowski, the right-handed catcher, will lead things off against Cody Perry. The 6-foot righty for Walnut Creek, still on the hill, allowed 1 hit, left 2 stranded in a scoreless first inning. His first offering to the catcher, Pulowski, swing and a miss. It'll be 0-1. Perry not a stranger to starting, despite not doing so far for Walnut Creek. Made 5 starts this spring at Claremont McKenna. The 0-1 offering clips the outer third, strike 2.
Perry has a really simple approach, just kind of trying to get the fastball over the plate. It's worked mostly so far.
Absolutely, a bit of a refreshing approach for the Crawdads pitching staff. Here's the 0-2. Called strike 3. Breaking ball on the outer third.
Yeah, went to the slider as soon as we were saying he was really sticking with the heater, and it stunned Pulowski. Probably hadn't seen it yet.
So Perry notches his first strikeout of the game. 1 down in the top of the second for the 7-hitter, Paul Lazul, playing first base. Saved what could have been a throwing error from Shepler to get an out in the last half inning. Lefty steps in. Perry's first offering, swing and a miss on the fastball up and away. Perry also started 5 games in 2024 for CMS. He's had about a 4.0 ERA in both years. The 0-1, swing and a miss on a breaking ball in the dirt. Cody Perry, it looks like he's found a groove right now, Casey. Quickly, it's 0-2 on Lazul.
Yeah, I don't want to say anything too early, but I really like his approach so far.
He's just been attacking the hitters in the zone as he sets from the first base side rubber. Here's the 0-2. High fastball upstairs, called ball.
Not a bad miss there either. I like his 0-2 idea.
Exactly, reset the eye level. See if you go off-speed pitch low here. The 1-2 from Perry. Breaking ball well outside. So now count evens, 2-2. Perry originally went to Trinity College right out of high school, where he was 4-1 after spending his prep years at Marin Catholic. Here's the 2-2 to the lefty. Swing and a miss on some high cheese. 2 straight strikeouts for Cody Perry, and they're 2 down in the top of the second.
Yeah, I mean, his stuff is looking really good so far. A lot of tail on that fastball, look like. Some good action from it.
Impressive stuff so far from Perry. Face another left-hander, Anthony Shepler, playing third base today. Hitting 167 in 14 games for the Stompers thus far. Pinch hit in the Sunday appearance against the Crawdads. Was held hitless in that single at-bat. He fouls back the first offering from Perry. It'll be 0-1. Shepler, an Ohio State man, played in 4 games for the Buckeyes this spring. Did not record a hit in 4 at-bats. The 0-1 swings and misses on the outside slider.
I think he's a guy that, you know, if he can have a good summer, could definitely get some playing time over there at Ohio State, a team that really struggled this past year.
Absolutely big team in the Big Ten. Shepler trying to earn a spot there. Here's the 0-2 from Perry. Fastball high and away, 1-2. Had a little bit of trouble locating that high away fastball so far, Kasey, but still in a very pitcher-friendly count here. 1-2 on the lefty Shepler. Perry kicks and delivers the putout and fouled back on the off-speed stuff. Changeup from Perry gets the bite. Shepler well in front of it. Shepler has not recorded a hit since June 18th against the San Luis Obispo Blues, for his first one in 5 games or so. The 1-2 pitch slap foul behind us. Count remains 1-2 on the third baseman for Sonoma. Shepler graduated from San Marin High School in 2024, where he holds that school's career home run record. Perry's 1-2 to the lefty. Swing and a miss. Gets him with the breaking ball. 3 straight strikeouts for Cody Perry, who is dealing right now. We'll head to the bottom of the second, see if Walnut Creek will extend their 1-0 lead right here on the Walnut Creek Streaming Network. Welcome back to the Crawdad Streaming Network for the bottom of the second inning. It's a 1-0 ball game in favor of Walnut Creek over the Sonoma Stompers. 6, 7, and 8 due up for Walnut Creek. Ryan Brome, Brady Wilson, Ryan Ellis will each take their respective first at-bats of the day. It'll start with the left-hander, Ryan Brome from Caddy, Texas. Originally born in Washington, moved there ahead of his high school days. Brome most recently playing at Southeastern Louisiana, where he hit .355 this spring in 42 games. 12 homers, 2 triples, 12 doubles. Malton's first offering to the lefty inside, ball 1. Brome now a third-year Crawdad. Spent 2022 and 2023 with the team, hitting over .300 in each of those years. Malton's 1-0 offering to Brome. Fouled away on the left side over the Stompers dugout, 1-1. Brome, rising grad student. Swinging the bat a little bit above his shoulder. Here's the 1-1 from Malton. Curveball outside, ball 2 called. Brome, a guy who's looking to potentially get drafted towards the back half of the MLB draft in a couple weeks. The 2-1 on the 6'1" lefty inside, ball 3 called. Freddie Malton working from the first base side of the rubber. Winds and fires a 3-1, swinging a foul ball off the end of the bat. Goes rolling softly to the Crawdads dugout. We've got a full count on Brome. Originally went to Texas Tech out of high school, where he played 2 seasons with the Red Raiders before transferring to Southeastern Louisiana, where he has since thrived. The payoff from Malton. Swing and a miss. Fastball up and away. Gets the bite. Brome, the first man retired for Walnut Creek. It'll bring up the right-handed designated hitter, Brady Wilson.
Good to see Wilson back in the lineup. He's hit well, but of course being a two-way guy, haven't seen him hit recently, so.
Absolutely. It's been a little limited. Last appearance as a hitter was June 17th in San Bruno against the Seagulls. But in 4 games, Wilson hitting .308 on the year. Takes the first offering from Malton high and ups. So it's ball 1. Wilson played 2 years at Sac City College this spring, and 48 games. He hit .256. 1-0 offering, check swing. Did he go around? Yes. Will be 1-1 on the right-handed Sacramento native. Recently committed to the University of the Pacific, where he'll be playing the next 2 seasons. Wilson, a third baseman defensively. The 1-1 from Malton. Looping curveball sits in the lower third. It's strike 2. Wilson, owner of the sole grand slam for Walnut Creek. Had that in the first game against the San Francisco Seagulls. The 1-2 slapped over to Boardman at short on the ground. The flip to first in time. 2 quick outs to start the bottom of the second for Walnut Creek. Brings up Ryan Ellis, playing third base, hitting 8th today.
Bottom part of the lineup for the Crawdads has been the X factor in their win, so it'll be interesting to see with a change, no Esquivel, no Levitt McGee, where this goes.
Absolutely, definitely something to keep tabs on. Ellis, another decorated Crawdad, spent 2 previous years with the team. Left-handed third baseman swings and misses the 89-mile-an-hour fastball upstairs. 0-1 on Ellis. Spent 2 seasons at St. Mary's in 22 and 23, then transferred to UT Arlington for the 2024 season, where he really broke out. The 0-1 to Ellis, chopped foul on the first base side. Quickly an 0-2 count on the Peoria, Arizona native. In that 2024 season for Ellis, he played 54 games for UT Arlington, hit .298 on the season, 59 hits. Team leading 33 walks. The 0-2 to Ellis. Swinging a ground ball on the right side. The second baseman, Libby, fields it. The throw to Lazul at first in time. Crawdads retired 1-2-3 in the bottom of the second. We'll head to the top of the third. See if Sonoma can strike back, tie up the ball game right here on the Walnut Creek Streaming Network. Welcome back to the Crawdads Streaming Network. Top of the third, Sonoma Stompers up to bat as they're down 1-0 on the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Be 9-1-2, Esteban Sepulveda, the designated hitter for the Stompers, leading things off in this inning. Officially a catcher and outfielder for the Pepperdine Waves and for the Sonoma Stompers. Hit .303 in his freshman year with Pepperdine. Swings and misses at the first offering from Cody Perry, who just struck out the side in the top half of the second. Looking for some more success. It's 0-1 quickly. The righty Sepulveda sets in. Perry kicks and delivers. This one slapped high into center field. Met him all the way from second, comes into Jenkins' territory to make the grab. Nonetheless, first batter retired.
Medham just refuses to not be everywhere on those types of plays. We've seen him go all the way into left field, center field, and waves off his teammates like, no, I got it.
He's certainly a defensive powerhouse over there at short. Definitely what the Crawdads need. Lineup turns over for Colton Boardman, the shortstop for Sonoma. Lefty shows bunt, takes the first offering from Perry. Strike one. Boardman, native of Las Vegas, went to Bishop Gorman High School. As he takes the 0-1 outside from Perry, 1-1. Was named first-team All-State offensive MVP as a senior in Nevada. Second-team All-State selection as a junior as well. Goes to Cal State Northridge. The 1-1 offering from Perry outside on a fastball. 2-1. Boardman trying to be the first man aboard here in the top of the third, one down. Perry gets the call from Justice. Kicks and delivers the 2-1. Slapped into shallow right field, down for a base hit. Donnelly and Jenkins couldn't crash. One out single for Boardman, his first of the day. So with one man aboard, it's Nick Sebastiani, a junior native of Sonoma. Played 2 seasons at Santa Rosa Junior College. Now enters the transfer portal. Rising junior steps in from the right side. Perry working for the stretch for the first time since the first inning. First offering to Sebastiani, slapped foul down the third base side, 0-1. Sebastiani, a second-year Stomper, 2024, hit .345 in 17 games with the team. This year, hitting .235 in 15 games, 12 hits on the year, 3 for extra bases. Perry's 0-1 from the stretch, yanks a fastball into the left-handed batter's box. First ball of the at-bat. Sebastiani did not record a hit against the Crawdads on a Sunday in 5 at-bats. Walked once, struck out twice. Pickoff to first, not in time. Boardman slides in safely.
Perry did a pretty good job in the first inning of pitching from the stretch. Got out of the inning despite there being a guy on third.
Absolutely. He walked or hit the second batter he saw. Got the final 2 outs of the frame with men aboard, so therefore in the stretch. Here's the 1-1. Fastball outside on Sebastiani. It's 2-1. Boardman dancing over at first base, trying to get into Perry's head. Take a substantial lead here. Perry looks in, sets at the belt. The 2-1 to Sebastiani. Swings and misses on the slider. Count evens to 2 apiece. Boardman at first, 1 down in the top of the third. Stompers trying to break the goose egg early. The 2-2 offering from Perry. Fastball misses the outer third. Count loads full. Sebastiani, 8 walks to 17 strikeouts on the year for Sonoma. We'll see what he does here. The payoff from Perry. Runner goes. Swinging a drive into left field. Brome can't get under it. That's a fair ball right on the line. 2 straight singles for the Stompers, 2 aboard for the 3-hole hitter Landon Akers now.
We were talking to one of the Crawdads outfielders, Trey Johnson, and he said, playing in left field, the ball slices here a lot. Maybe it's because of the wind, just the way it travels in the air, and that was a perfect example of it.
Wind certainly picked up towards the end of that at-bat. Have to wonder if that made an impact. Either way, a man in scoring position, 2 aboard total here in the top of the 3rd, just 1 out as the right-hander Landon Akers gets ready. He's got 10 runs batted in for the Stompers this year, trying to make it more. Perry's first offering to the righty. Fastball in the left-handed batter's box, 1-0. Akers, 2-time All-District selection at St. Xavier High School in Kentucky. State champion in 2022. Swings and fouls the 1-0 offering just with the end of his bat. Will be 1-1 on the Bellarmine man. Akers with a 2-game hit streak dating back to Saturday. Here's the 1-1. Runner goes. Chopper over to Medham at short. Picks it up, and he'll hold. Didn't have a clean throw at first to get Akers, so elects to hold it. So infield single, 3 straight singles allowed. Bases are loaded for the cleanup man, McCann Libby. And in this spot, we're going to get a mound visit. Pitching coach Dustin Cheney for Walnut Creek and have a chat. Cody Perry, as there is action in the Walnut Creek bullpen. Carson Timothy, the right-hander, formerly of UCSB, in the pen.
Interesting to see Medham not throw it, because it didn't look like the runner would have been able to score there. It would have not been a smart decision, to say the least.
Yeah, Medham has a cannon, too, over at short, excuse me, so you would have thought throw to Ewens, then Ewens would have had a prime opportunity to get the runner home should Boardman have decided to move from third home. Justice, a good defender back there, too. So definitely an intriguing play. But either way, it results in the bases loaded. Perry looked dominant to start this game, especially in the top of the 2nd. Faltering a little bit after getting the first put away with the 9-hole man, Sepulveda. So in this spot, Casey, how do you think Perry should be attacking?
I mean, you can't leave too much over the heart of plate like he's been doing, but you also can't walk a guy, and the Crawdads have struggled with walks, so I want to see him go to the off-speed here, try to find the lower part of the zone, get a double play ball.
We'll see if he does as Libby steps in, playing second base today. First offering to the right-hander. Called strike on the outer third, 89-mile-an-hour fastball. It's a good offering from Perry. Libby, a native of Frisco, Texas, standing at 6'2". Graduated from Lone Star High School in 2023. Perry winds and delivers off speed on the 0-1. Calvillo into the glove for 1 out. The throw back to first. Not on time. Calvillo tried to get the out at second. Medham was covering, but he wasn't in time, and then a little too late. Either way, there's 2 down now thanks to the line out. Brady Shannon up for the Stompers, trying to convert with the bases loaded here. He's got 9 runs batted in this season for Sonoma in 16 games. Grounded out too short in his first time up today. Looking for a different result here. First offering from Perry. Fastball too far outside. We 1-0 on the rising redshirt junior, Shannon at Youngstown. Played in 47 games this spring, hit .236. 22 runs batted in at Youngstown. The 1-0 from Perry. Swinging a high fly ball into center field. Jenkins going back, stops before the warning track, and puts it away. So Perry loads the bases on 3 straight singles, then strands them. Still a scoreless outing for him so far. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd, see if Walnut Creek can extend the 1-0 lead here on the Walnut Creek Streaming Network. Welcome back to the Walnut Creek Streaming Network for the bottom of the third. Crawdads up to bat, 9-1-2 in order. Cam Calvillo will lead things off. He'll take his first at-bat of the day. Charlie Malton now in his third inning of work for the Sonoma Stompers. There is action in the bullpen for Sonoma. Jaden Harper, the lefty, getting loose. Malton's first offering to the second baseman, Calvillo. Fastball on the outer third, called strike. Calvillo, the rising senior at Cal State Northridge. Had a pretty good season for the Matadors this spring. The 0-1. High fly ball into right center field. Shannon on to make the grab. A big run from him. But he gets the out nonetheless. So the lineup will turn over. Jared Medham up for the second time today. Led the game off for Walnut Creek with a single and a stolen bag. Later came around to score thanks to Joey Donnelly's RBI single.
We're expecting 13-mile-an-hour wind gusts. There's barely a breeze out right now.
It's been a little intermittent, but nothing near 13-mile-an-hour gusts. Definitely a beautiful day here in Danville. Malton's first offering to Medham, called strike on the outer third. Pelosi back there with some really nice frame jobs. He's getting some called strikes for sure. Malton looking for the call from his battery. Medham, the rising senior at St. Mary's. Ready's the 0-1. Outside fastball, similar location. This time called a ball. Medham, former West Coast Conference all-freshman in 2023. This spring, 297 in 55 games for the Gales. The 1-1, chopper on the ground over to second. Libby throws to first in time for the out. So again, Walnut Creek, first two batters retired in relatively fast fashion.
Yeah, the Crawdads had that really big, threatening sequence in the first inning, scoring one, but it's just been kind of quiet from their bats ever since.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to Sunday. Brandon Clisby had a 2-out RBI single after the first couple runners got aboard for Walnut Creek, but then they were held scoreless for a while. Sam Jenkins steps in, first offering from Malton, high away fastball, 1-0. Jenkins grounded to second in his first time up. Trying to work into a 3-game hit streak. He's got hits in 5 of his last 4 games for Walnut Creek. The 1-0 from Malton. Curveball breaks too far inside. Quickly, a 2-0 count on the Baylor man, Jenkins. Played 2 years of varsity baseball at Trinity Christian Academy. Won a state championship in Texas as a junior in 2023. Malton kicks and delivers a 2-0. Swing and a miss. High fastball gets the bite. Seeing that now in both at-bats. Jenkins chasing the high cheese.
He wanted that, too. He just gave it a power swing.
He's got the power. Already has a home run, a triple, and a double this season. 5 runs batted in and 10 hits. Malton's 2-1 to the lefty Jenkins. Swinging a high fly ball into left field. Just foul. Maybe by 5 feet. Sebastiani gave it some chase.
Nice to see him go the other way, too. He had the triple to the right side a couple of games ago and can really spray the ball all over. Impressive for a young guy.
Absolutely. He's been one of the most impressive Crawdads hitters, in my opinion, Casey.
I think I'd agree there, yeah.
So it's a 2-2 count on Jenkins now. During that state championship run, Jenkins hit .375 as a junior in high school, 4 home runs, 29 runs batted in, 13 swiped bags. Malton's 2-2 to the lefty. Fastball high and just high, really. Either way, it loads the count full. Nobody on, 2 down in the bottom of the third. Jenkins trying to get aboard, spark a 2-out rally perhaps with the heart of the Crawdads order due up. The payoff from Malton. Swinging a deep drive into center field. Akers ranging to his right and puts the glove on it. So the Crawdads retired again, 1-2-3 in the bottom of the third, led to the top of the fourth. see if they can hold on to the 1-0 lead. We'll be right back on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Welcome back to the top of the 4th inning between the Sonoma Stompers and the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Stompers up to bat. New pitcher on the hill for Walnut Creek, Carson Timothy, the right-hander from Woodland, California. Spent 2 seasons at UC Santa Barbara, redshirted in 2024. Appeared in 2 games this spring. Elected to hit the portal and now committed to Sac State. Righty returns home. First offering to Pawlowski, the catcher for Sonoma, inside. It's 1-0. Timothy, 2 appearances, 3 1/3 innings pitched, I should say. No ERA, 4 strikeouts. The 1-0 is outside. It's 2-0.
Timothy looked really good against San Francisco last week.
Indeed, he did. It was a 2-0 pitch. 89-mile-an-hour fastball just clips the inner third. Went an inning and a third in that appearance, Kasey. Struck out 1, walked 1, faced 4 batters. The 1-1 check swing from the catcher, Pawlowski. Foul ball.
He's a guy that you really don't have to worry about command too much on a team that has been plagued by command issues recently.
Very good strike thrower. Just puts it over the plate. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a high fly ball in the shallow infield. Calvillo back from second. Puts the squeeze on it. First batter retired for Timothy.
We were talking to him because obviously Peter Storiohan just committed to UC Davis. They were both at UC Santa Barbara together, and now they'll be close to each other. Sacramento and Davis, not too far.
No, not at all. About 20-minute drive on Interstate 80.
I'm sure they're both happy. They're good friends. Played catch together yesterday on the off day.
They are. Nice for them to be able to continue that relationship. Timothy's first offering to the lefty, Paul Lazul, swing and a miss. Fastball on the outer third. Lazul looking for his first hit of the game. Struck out swinging in the second against Perry. The 0-1 offering, breaking ball outside. 1-1 on Lazul. Rising sophomore at Monterey Peninsula College. Hit 197 in 24 games this spring with them. 10 runs batted in. The 1-1 curveball, big swing and miss. Nice 12-6 curve at 72 miles an hour there from Timothy.
Yeah, a lot of break on that. I feel like the Crawdads pitchers have kind of struggled with getting some break.
Now the 1-2 offering from Timothy dials up an 89-mile-an-hour heater. Misses outside, though. It's 2-2.
That looked like a cutter.
It did a little bit. Had a bit of arm side run. I think you might be right, Kasey. Here's the 2-2 now from Timothy. Swinging a high fly ball in foul territory on the left side. Out of play.
I mean, to that point, like Timothy having a pitch mix like that is impressive in its own right. Now we'll just want to dial up some heat.
Yeah, beneficial to have a cutter against lefties. Here's the 2-2 again. Swing and a miss. Gets the strikeout on the curveball again. 72 miles an hour. 2 up, 2 down currently on Carson Timothy. Nice outing so far early in his appearance. We'll face another left-hander here, Anthony Shepler, the third baseman from Ohio State. Shepler also struck out swinging back in the second. As the first offering, high velocity outside, 1-0. Looked to be maybe another cutter there. Ran outside a bit. The 1-0 from Timothy. Breaking ball slapped into shallow center field. Jenkins ranges over, puts the leather on it. 3 up, 3 down. Walnut Creek defense does the job. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth, see if they can extend the 1-0 lead. Welcome back to the Crawdads Streaming Network. Bottom of the fourth, Walnut Creek up 1-0 on the Sonoma Stompers. 3-4-5 due up for Walnut Creek. Joey Donnelly will lead things off as Walnut Creek tries to extend the lead. Donnelly had an RBI single back in the first. Drove in Jared Medham. Takes the first offering from Malton. Inside, called strike. Now Donnelly up to 9 runs batted in on the year, his 18th hit. Looking for his second of the day here. Malton's 0-1. Ground ball over to second. Libby collects, throws to first for the out. So Libby's seen a lot of action over there at second, Casey, and so far he's been perfect defensively.
Yeah, Donnelly frustrated there on that, slammed his bat into the ground. But it's interesting, it's a 3-game series, but it feels like game 1. We're coming off the off day, so not surprising to see the low-scoring nature. We have some fresh arms.
Absolutely. The pitching has been good on both sides. Catcher Zach Justice in now for Walnut Creek. Takes the first offering. Curveball over the heart of the plate. Strike 1. Malton does a really nice job sitting it. Now the 0-1 from Malton. Fastball well outside. Ball 2. Or ball 1, excuse me. Count evens 1-1. Malton, the Los Medanos College man. 7 appearances this spring. He's 0-1 and 9 in the third. The 1-1 to Justice. Slapped foul on the right side above the Crawdads dugout. The 1-2 now on the catcher formerly of Oregon. Top-ranked catcher in the state in his high school class. Actually was born in Berkeley nearby, then moved to Oregon ahead of his junior year. 1-2 to Justice. Slapped on the ground to second. Boardman fields it, throws it for the out.
And Malton has been pitching for the ground ball so well today. I mean, the Crawdads are, I don't know if they're late on it, but hitting it straight into the dirt.
You're right, Casey. Pretty much everything for Walnut Creek has been on the ground. Malton doing a really nice job reducing the weak contact. Only 1 strikeout for him today, but he's only allowed 1 run on the day, so
And, I mean, the singles he gave up, kind of unlucky as well.
So now it's John Ewens with 2 down. Swings and fouls the first offering to the left side out of play. Ewens, the other Baylor Bear in the lineup for Walnut Creek today. Played in 11 games with them this spring as a redshirt freshman. Hit 158. The 0-1 curveball sits on the lower third. Called strike 2. Ewens, the 6'3" lefty from Waco, shakes it off. Back in the batter's box now. Popped out to short in his first at-bat. The 0-2 from Malton. Drive into shallow center field, down for a base hit. Ewens with a 2-out single, and that's his first hit since June 19th against the Merchants.
Yeah, had that really hot start to the year, and of course sat a few of these recent games, but still a dynamic player at the plate.
Yeah, it was held hitless on Saturday against Arroyo Seco. Did not play Sunday in the first game against the Stompers. Here's Ryan Brome from the left side. Takes the first offering from Malton. High fastball, 1-0. Brome working back from a wrist injury at the end of his season with Southeastern Louisiana. Trying to work back into his power. Ewens dances around over at first. Moves back as Malton steps off. It'll be 1-0 on the second straight Texas high school batter. Pickoff over at first. Ewens in there safely. Brome at high school in Katy, Texas. First team All-State selection. Swings and misses at the 1-0 offering from Malton. High cheese gets the bite. It'll be 1-1. Third-year Crawdad lifts the bat over his shoulder. Malton kicks and fires the 1-1. Another swing and a miss. 88-mile-an-hour fastball upstairs.
Yeah, Brome's struggling on that higher stuff.
Absolutely. We'll see if Malton goes there again. Brome's appeared in 2 games this year for Walnut Creek. It's 1 for 4 in each of them. 2-game hit streak, technically. A pickoff to first. Ewens wasn't even leading that far off the bag. Has to run in there. Still safe.
Wonder if he'll go. He's been dancing around a lot with that shorter lead.
We shall see. It'll be 1-2 on Brome. A runner on, 2 out in the bottom of the 4th. Runner goes. The throw from home, not in time. Poloski put it on a line. Looks like it was just a bit to the right. So a stolen bag for John Ewens. Now runner in scoring position.
And not a bad jump from him. He just didn't have a long lead and probably would have been gunned down if that throw wasn't over toward the shortstop side.
I have to agree. Now the 2-2 to Brome. Curveball breaks inside. It's a full count. The second at-bat that Brome has worked a full count now today. See what he does here. Malton turns and delivers the payoff. Ball 4 on an inside fastball. Ewens will take off and get third as well. Brome works himself his first walk of the year, now a 3-game on base streak for him.
Command was not an issue for Malton, the first few innings, as now we see some of the pitching personnel come out.
Yeah, we'll get a mound visit for Sonoma as there are runners on the corners for Walnut Creek. Brady Wilson, the 7-hole hitter, up to bat. The guy with plenty of pop. Had that grand slam against the San Francisco Seagulls in that 24-0 win in the second week of the season. Wilson hitless today, grounded to short in his first at-bat in the second inning, but entered today hitting .308 in 4 games. 4 hits, 1 for extra bases, that grand slam. 5 runs batted in. He's been a 2-way man for the Crawdads. 3 appearances on the hill. He's the Friday starter. mound visit over. Malton trying to escape the 2-out jam now. He's able to retire Donnelly and Justice with little problem. Then Ewens worked a 2-strike, 2-out single. Brome worked back for a 1-2 count to get the walk. Now Wilson with an opportunity to extend the lead here for Walnut Creek. First offering to the righty. Fastball over the heart of the zone, called strike. All 4 of Wilson's hits this season have come in that Seagulls game where he was 4 for 5. Hitless in the 2 appearances following that. 1-0 offering, curveball inside, 1-1 on Wilson now. 2 seasons at Sac City College. As a freshman, Wilson hit .211 in 33 games. Sophomore this spring, .256 in 28 games. 10 runs batted in. 1-1 offering, fastball misses the outer third. 2-1 on Wilson. Pacific Tiger commit steps back into the right-handed batter's box. Waves the bat. Malton looks in, kicks and delivers the 2-1. Fastball on the outer third, strike 2. Wilson, son of Gary Wilson, who pitched for the Pittsburgh Pirates back in 1995. Baseball in the blood. Malton's 2-2 to Wilson. Slider misses. Back pick over to first. Brome in safely. But a second straight full count here in the bottom of the 4th for Malton. He's working into trouble. Righty Malton gets the call from his catcher, Poloski. The payoff pitch to Wilson's late swing on the curveball, just fouls it off. Kasey looked like Brady wasn't sure as to whether or not that would be a strike. Bit of a protector swing there.
Yeah, not a bad look, especially with runners on the corners. In a position where he wants a hit. I mean, a walk would be serviceable, but you know Wilson has that RBI ability.
Absolutely plenty of pop in the right-handed swing. Trying to capitalize. 2 strikeouts, 2 walks on the year for Wilson. The 3-2 from Malton. Brome goes, swing and a miss. Fastball on the upper outer third. So the Crawdads strand 2 on a base hit and a steal from Ewens and the walk from Brome. Still a 1-0 ball game as we head to the top of the 5th. We'll be right back on the Crawdads streaming network. Welcome back to the Crawdads streaming network here in the top of the 5th. It's a 1-0 ball game in favor of the Crawdads. Sonoma Stompers trying to break the scoreless total for them. Esteban Sepulveda will lead things off from the 9-hole. Pepperdine waves, swings, and fouls. First offering from Timothy on the left side. Sepulveda, as a freshman with Pepperdine this spring, hit .303 in 27 games. 9 runs batted in. Righty Timothy's second offering on the 0-1. Outside, ball one of the at-bat. Sepulveda graduated from Courts Hill High School in Lancaster. Named to the first team All-League team MVP. The 1-1 from Timothy. Breaking ball just misses the outer corner. 2-1 on Sepulveda. 12 games this year, hitting 152. The 2-1 clips Sepulveda in the left arm. 85-mile-an-hour heater runs inside. Second hit by pitch of the day. Crawdads have clipped 2 batters. One for Perry, now one for Timothy.
Death, taxes, and Crawdads hitting batters.
Indeed, Casey, indeed. Lineup turns over now with the leadoff man aboard. Colton Boardman. Shortstop hitting in the 1 hole with a sizable opportunity here. Notched his first hit of the day back in the 3rd inning. It was a single. Boardman was hitless in the last game on Sunday against the Crawdads. Has one today, trying to get his second. The CSU Northridge Matador readies from the left-handed batter's box. No one out here in the top of the 5th. Shows bunt on the first offer from Timothy. Called strike on the appeal to first base.
He was bolting down the line before he even was close to having a chance at bunting it.
Now the 0-1 from Timothy. Swinging a drive into right field, down for a base hit. Sepulveda rounds second, heads for third in their standing. 2 singles on the day now for Boardman, and there are runners on the corners with no one out here in the top of the 5th. Dangerous spot for Walnut Creek. They try to hold this 1-0 lead.
No one up and throwing for the Crawdads, and Timothy's not a guy who typically goes for long outings.
Not so far, at least. Noah Zirkle, Max Cohen, Cam Krogan, the men in the pen for Walnut Creek. There's a pickoff over to first. Attempt to hold Boardman, guy who's got plenty of speed on the paths. First offering to Sebastiani, big swing and miss. 80-mile-an-hour breaking ball. Sebastiani, the rising junior, in the transfer portal, looking try to make the jump from JUCO to NCAA. Check swing on the 0-1 offering. Does not go around. Justice able to get the ball in the dirt. And they'll rule he does go around, in fact, so it's quickly an 0-2 count on Sebastiani. Timothy would love a punch out here. Another pick off to first. Boardman in safely. Timothy, right-hander working from the middle of the rubber. The 0-2, breaking ball, misses the lower third. Ball 1 of this at-bat to Sebastiani. 15 games for the Sonoma native. .235 batting average entering today. Timothy's 1-2 from the stretch. Curveball misses the outer third. Justice tried to get the frame in, didn't quite get it. 2-2. Timothy winds and delivers. Swing and a miss on the fastball in the dirt. And Justice throws over to Ellis at third after feigning the throw to second. Passed ball behind Ellis allows the runner to score after the strikeout.
Got to get the out there. That's kind of inexcusable.
It's Justin out on the strikeout. The throw won't count officially.
Yeah, it looked like he got in the way, and again, I have to retract what I said because I guess that catch was impossible to make with the runner interference.
Yeah, that is a big break on the runner interference called. And now it's a double play as they're going to call the leading runner, Sepulveda, out on the interference.
That is the rule.
So now with 2 down, 1 runner over at first is Boardman for Landon Acres in the 3 spot. Sonoma was threatening menacingly, you could say, Kasey, just a moment ago. Now, much less so. Timothy's first offering to the righty. Breaking ball outside, 1-0.
Those are the type of runs in this game. In a game like this, it's low scoring. That could be the difference.
Absolutely, Crawdads will take any break they can get. Pick off over at first. Ewens puts the tag to Boardman, not in time. The 1-0 to Akers. Is it in time? No. Justice with a nice throw. Good pop time.
And you can't completely blame some because he's just trying to get back to the base, but the way in which he did it, he was not precise enough. It's a tough thing on both sides, for sure.
Absolutely. One of those plays. The 1-1, big swing and miss on the breaking ball. Timothy has Akers well out in front. It'll be 1-2 on the righty. Akers from Bellarmine. For a punch out here. Try to get out of the inning. Here's the 1-2. Fastball on the upper corner. Called ball 2. Timothy looks into Justice for the call. The belt, the 2-2. Swinging a foul ball on a line down the third base side. Do it again. 2-2 count. 2 down. One runner over at first. That's here in the top of the 5th. Carson Timothy and the Crawdads caught a big break on the interference. The 2-2 check swing, ball in the dirt. Did he go around? Yes, the appeal to first says so. Landon Akers called out on the check swing strikeout. So the Crawdads able to strand a couple runners for Sonoma, and we'll head to the bottom of the 5th, see if they can extend the lead here on the Walnut Creek Streaming Network.
Welcome back to the Creek. Crawdads lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the 5th. Jacob Alanese on the hill for Sonoma. As the Crawdads look to add some insurance. It'll be Ryan Ellis to lead things off. He's 0 for 1 with the ground out over to second. Lefty hitter takes the first offering from Alanese in the dirt, 1-0. Crawdads will be back in action tomorrow, playing Sonoma on the road for the first time. After losing yesterday, they want to avoid losing the series. Ellis digs back in. Shrug from Alanese. Now he fires home. Foul to the right side. 1-1. Ellis playing at the hot corner for the first time this season. Riley Leininger has been there every game, but not today. So he gets the day off. Alanese comes set. Now fires home on the 1-1. Outside fastball taken for a ball. 2-1 on Ellis. Ellis out of St. Mary's, then went to UT Arlington. One of a few former Gales on this Crawdad roster. Lefty hitter waits on the 2-1, and he rips one to the right side, down for a base hit into right field. Shannon gloves it. Ellis holds up at first, and the Crawdads have a leadoff base runner.
There's that hit tool from Ryan Ellis. Casey waiting on it a little bit today. Finally gets one across in his second at-bat of the day. Such a good guy to have in the bottom of the order.
Absolutely. That'll bring up Cam Calvillo, the 9-hole hitter. 0 for 1. Flight out to right. So Alanese will pitch from the stretch. Ellis at first. He has some speed. Might be a threat to go. We've seen a lot of movement on the base paths today. The righty Calvillo digs in and takes a breaking ball in the dirt, 1-0. Calvillo out of Cal State Northridge. That was his third stop, originally at Ohlone College and Gonzaga. So 1-0 count at the dish to Calvillo. So he takes again outside. Call the ball, 2-0. Calvillo, also a head-first baseball alum at the academy over there. Made his way to the D1 level after starting in JUCO. 1 on, the 2-0. Calvillo hits a high pop-up right side of the infield, now in right field. Libby, the second baseman, gloves it as he ranges, and there's out number 1. So the lineup turns over to Jared Medham. He's been big for the Crawdads so far in this low-scoring game. He singled and scored back in the first, also stole second. He's 1 for 2. Right-handed hitter digs in against Alanese. Ellis on first, 1 away. Pretty comfortable lead for Ellis at first. The offering to Medham outside and low, taken for a ball, 1-0. Medham, a rising senior at St. Mary's, has stayed at the program ever since his recruitment in a transfer portal lot-in world. He's stayed loyal. The throw over to first from Alanese. Ellis slides back in. Count 1-0 at the dish to Medham with 1 away. Jared has the 4th most RBIs in the CCL North, 13 this season. He's had a good hit tool after joining the roster late. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Pitch inside, and Medham liked it. Another breaking ball from Alanese, and it's 1-1. Medham, the best defender on the Crawdads so far, turned 2 double plays in game 1 of this series. Has the hitting ability as well. The 1-1. Hits it on the ground over towards short. The third baseman picks it up for 1 and throws to second. That was Shepler, who parked his body in front of the shortstop Boardman. Got the out at second, but that's all they're going to get. There's 2 away.
It's a good play from Shepler over at third on a high chopper from Medham. Not an easy play to make. Has some patience. Can't flip the double play, though.
Crawdads are lucky to keep the inning alive. So that'll bring up the 2-hole Sam Jenkins. He's 0 for 2. Out of Baylor, making his start in center field today, a position he hasn't necessarily started in all year, as Ellis takes off towards second. No throw from Pulowski. So it's a stolen base from Ellis. Crawdads have a man in scoring position with 2 outs. Pitch was called the ball at the plate. So 1-0 on Jenkins, now with an RBI opportunity. That's 5 RBI on the year in 9 games. Lefty hitter. Waits on the 1-0 as Alanese stares in for the sign. Now comes set. Peers to second, now home. He fires. Fastball outside corner taken for a strike. 1-1. Jenkins in game 1 of this series, 1 for 3. including 2 walks. So he got on base 3 times. 1-1 to him. Zalaniz tries to get out of the inning, where he gave up a leadoff base runner. Ellis took a turn towards third, but holds up as Jenkins fouls it off at the plate. Now 1-2. Jenkins, 20 years of age. Had his best game of the season 2 games ago. He went 3 for 4, including the Crawdads' first triple of the year against PBG. Hitting .333 otherwise. Ellis at second. Crawdads up 1-0 here in the bottom of the 5th. 1-2 count at the dish with 2 away. Alniz looks home, now fires. Big looping curveball taken for a ball outside. 2-2. Alniz showing his mix of off-speed and heaters. Pretty even mix of those. The righty looks in for the sign. Jenkins on his twitchy stance. Waits for the 2-2. Ellis goes toward third. The throw in time. And that'll end the inning. Ellis caught stealing over at third as Pulowski makes a nice throw. We'll go to the top of the 6th. Crawdads lead 1-0 here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Welcome back to the Creek. Crawdads lead 1-0 to start this top of the 6th. Carson Timothy, the right-hander, still on the hill for the Crawdads, trying to get through his 3rd inning of work. Some defensive changes for the Crawdads. Jared Medham out of the game. It's now Ryan Ellis at second base, Cam Calvillo at short, and Riley Leininger comes in the game to play 3rd. McCann Libby will lead things off to start the inning. He's 0 for 2. He's put the ball in play twice. Second time facing Carson Timothy. The righty hitter stands in as the Crawdads try to cling on to their 1-run lead. After losing game 1 of the series, they'd love a win here before going to Sonoma on the road tomorrow.
Yeah, Sonoma, tough place to play. Certainly a home field advantage for the Stompers. Need to get one here.
First offering in there for a strike to Libby. Fastball outside corner. Timothy has shown good command so far. Had back-to-back Ks to end the last inning. The 0-1, curveball in the dirt, taken for a ball, 1-1, and it actually gets stuck in the chain link fence.
Yeah, despite that one there, Casey, you're absolutely right. Timothy has been really great. Only a couple base runners allowed. He's just throwing stuff over the plate, hard to hit.
He looks in for the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Low fastball. Got Libby to go. 1-2. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's interesting. Crawdads don't have that many guys who eat up a lot of innings, but Timothy's been one of them. Hit down the left side. Leininger diving grab, makes the stop, throw to first in time. Wow, Riley Leininger with a highlight reel play, laying out on the third base side. And there's one away in the inning. Wow.
What a play, Riley Leininger. Give yourself some flowers, Mr. Third Baseman. That was spectacular.
It's a guy that's made a few errors lately. To make that type of play has been huge, as Brent Cummings, head coach for the Crawdads, makes his walk to the mound, and that could be it for Timothy, who likely on a pitch count, because he was against the Seagulls last week. We'll see if he comes out of the game. Crawdads have, looks like Noah Zirkle, right-hander, warming up in the bullpen. So he'll come in the game. And while he takes his warm-ups, we'll step away for just a moment here on the Crawdads streaming network. Crawdads lead 1-0. Pitching change for the Crawdads. It's Noah Zirkle, the righty, out of West Valley College. Has been pretty solid for the Crawdads as of late. A scoreless outing against the Merchants on June 19th. He'll face the righty Brady Shannon, who's 0 for 2. One out in the inning after the Leininger stop over at third. Had fans oohing and awing. First offering in there for a strike. Inside corner fastball, 0-1. Shannon grounded out to short. He also flied out to center. Looking for a knock here, as the Stompers have struggled with leaving guys on. The 0-1. Fastball in there for a strike. That time on the outer corner. Zirkle working the zone. 0-2 at the dish. Crawdads still lead 1-0. They've had less hits than the Stompers, but the pitching for the Crawdads has been able to get out of jams, including bases loaded ones. Zirkle stares in control, 0-2. Now delivers. Outside corner taken for a ball. 89-mile-an-hour fastball. Now 1-2. Zirkle had Tommy John surgery after not playing at Fresno State, where he initially started. The 1-2. A little bit of a half swing at the dish, but it's outside. 2-2. Another fastball. High 80s. Shannon working his discipline. 0-2 count, now at 2-2. Righty hitter waits from the righty. In there, strike 3 called. 75-mile-an-hour curveball had him frozen, and there's 2 away.
Beautiful pitch from Noah Zirkle. Looking really good right now in that at-bat. Locating on the corners, and then just sits a stunner.
That's now 6 strikeouts handed out by Crawdad pitchers. First for Noah Zirkle on the day. So he'll face Connor Pulowski, who was a strikeout victim earlier in the game. He's 0 for 2. Righty hitter digs in, now waits. Swings at the first pitch he sees, fouls it straight back, 0-1. Pulowski playing catcher today. Saw him in game 1 as well. Hitting .250 on the year. 2 extra base hits in 10 games. Started his career at Chico State here in California, then went to Bellarmine. Second offering to him outside, curveball in the dirt, 1-1. 130 average at Bellarmine in 2025. As he takes a practice hack, now readies. Zirkle trying to get out of the inning. Takes a ball low, 2-1. Another fastball that was close. 2 outs in the inning. 1-0 ball game. Crawdad scored way back in the first. That's been all the scoring we've seen ever since. Look out inside. Fastball misses, and it's 3-1. Pulowski from nearby San Jose, California. Went to Pioneer High School and was varsity all 4 years. 3-1, not close. Outside, taken ball 4. Another fastball from the hand of Noah Zirkle. So with 2 outs, there's a man aboard via the walk. That'll bring up Paul Lazul, who was a strikeout victim twice. He's 0 for 2. With a man on first, 2 away. Lefty hitter, righty pitcher Zirkle. Lazul in the first game, 1 for 1 with 3 walks. Pulowski with a comfortable lead at first. Zirkle dishes a strike, 0-1. 86-mile-an-hour fastball around the knees. Zirkle's been with the Crawdads for quite a while. This is his 3rd year in Walnut Creek. Zirkle nods to the sign. Here's the 0-1. Fastball off the plate outside, 1-1. Lazul, 2025 at Monterey Peninsula College. 197 hitter with 10 RBIs, 1 home run. From Oak Park, California. Lefty hitter, ready's up. Here's the 1-1. Flares it out to left field. Brome tracks in, puts up the glove, makes the catch, and the side is retired. So 1 base runner and 1 left on. Crawdads still lead 1-0. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Walnut Creek trying to add on. Welcome back to the Creek. Crawdads lead 1-0 as we start the bottom of the sixth inning. Lucas Alaniz still on the hill for Sonoma. Cal Bear will face his Cal Bear teammate eventually in this inning. Joey Donnelly will come up second, but it'll start with Sam Jenkins, who was up last inning, but will stay up because of the thrown out runner at third. Righty dishes to the lefty hitter in there for a strike. Jenkins takes around the knees. 0-1 count to Jenkins. He's 0 for 2. Ground out and a fly out on his day. Alaniz nods to the sign, now kicks and deals the 0-1. Outside and high breaking ball, 82 miles an hour, taken for a ball, 1-1. Jenkins out of Baylor. Did not play his freshman season. The 1-1. Hit on the ground, foul to the right side. Count now at 1-2. Alaniz started his collegiate career on the mound at Modesto Junior College in Waterford, California. Now a Cal Bear in the ACC. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Jenkins fooled on the 85-mile-an-hour changeup, and there's one away.
Jenkins has been chasing a lot of stuff up in the zone, Casey. We saw a couple fastballs from Malton in his first 2 at-bats that got him to bite. Wasn't struck out on him, though, and then here a high changeup, like you said, from Alaniz.
So that brings up Joey Donnelly. Cal Bear versus Cal Bear. Alaniz against his teammate. Nods in for the sign. And Donnelly hits it to the right side into the outfield for a base hit. He liked the first pitch he saw, and the lefty hitter's aboard with 1 out.
2 for 3 day from Joey Donnelly. Gets the knock on his teammate. That's got to feel good.
Second single of the day, like you said. Not a bad day for Donnelly, who's been the Crawdads' best hitter. So Alaniz will pitch from the stretch. His Berkeley teammate over at first. Zach Justice digs in. Pair of groundouts on his day. The righty catcher waits from Alaniz. Takes the ball in the dirt, and it gets away from the catcher, Pulowski. He lost it, and Donnelly will advance to second with no throw. So a wild pitch allows Donnelly to go to second. Crawdads looking for some critical insurance. Now with 5 hits on the game, even with Sonoma in that category. Sonoma won the first game 10-4. In a game that wasn't really close at all from the start. 1-0 at the dish. Alaniz kicks and deals, hit to the left side, through for a base hit. Donnelly will stop at third, and Justice is aboard. Runners on the corners with only 1 out.
Another hit for Justice now. That's 2 straight that he's gotten aboard. It's good to see him starting to find a bit of a groove.
Yeah, 2 straight games. Like you said, he had a home run last game in the loss. So it's runners on the corners. Donnelly at third, Justice at first. And that brings up John Ewens, who singled back in the 4th. Alaniz is in some trouble. 1 out in the inning. Inside pitch on the first delivery, taken for a ball, 1-0. Crawdads lead 1-0. A run here would go a long way here in the bottom of the 6th. Ewens on the 1-0. Lefty hitter waits and hits it on the ground over to second. On to second for 1. Back over to first. Not in time. Donnelly comes across to score, and it's a critical fielder's choice from John Ewens. The Crawdads lead 2-0 here in the bottom of the 6th.
Huge credit to John Ewens for legging that one out. Could have been a double play, but he really hustled down the line. Utilized a bit of a surprising speed for a 6'3" first baseman. Give him a whole lot of credit for that. 15th RBI on the year now.
That's right, partner. A close play at first. The Crawdads get the run. That brings up Ryan Brome, lefty hitting left fielder. He's 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Takes in the dirt from Alaniz. Breaking ball low. 1-0. So it's Ewens at first with 2 away. Crawdads with the run across in the inning. Trying to get back in the win column. The 1-0 fouled straight back. 1-1. Alaniz, we mentioned, played at Cal this past season. Pretty solid season in limited action. Worked a pretty good 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. The 1-1 at the dish to Brome. Alaniz kicks and fires. Hit high and foul left side. It'll go out of play. 1-2.
Inning started with the Jenkins strikeout, then back-to-back singles for the Crawdads, and the fielder's choice that allowed a run. Crawdads looking for more. The man on first. One of their power bats, Broma. Lefty hitter sits on the 1-2. Now swings and misses. That'll end the inning. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Alaniz. Crawdads get one, though. We'll go to the top of the 7th. 2-0 lead for Walnut Creek here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Two 2-0 Crawdads as they picked up a run in the bottom part of the 6th. We're here in the top of the 7th with the Stompers trying to come. It's going to be 8-9-1 for Sonoma. Starting with Antler, who's 0 for 2. 8-hole hitter out of Ohio State. Hitting lefty against the right, who stays on the hill after a solid 2 of an inning last inning. Lefty hitter digs in against the righty Zirkle. Takes a draping curveball in there for a strike. 0-1. Shepler was a pinch hitter on Sunday in Game 1. Only had 1 at bat, and he was retired. Hitting 171 on the year. He waits. Here's the second offering. Another curveball in for their first strike. 0-2. Zirkle going to the off speed.
Yeah, he's been locating that breaking ball really well, Casey. It looks good.
Shepler with his low stance. Now has to battle off an 0-2. Here it comes from Zirkle. Third straight curveball taken outside and high. 75 miles an hour. 1-2. Couple of arms up in the bullpen for the Stompers. 1 up for the Crawdads. See if Zirkle can get them through this inning. The 1-2. Fourth straight curveball outside, taken for a ball. 2-2. That time 72 miles an hour. Shepler, a Bay Area native from Novato, the North Bay. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him on the high fastball, mixing some stuff up. And Zirkle works some early off speed and then gets him with the heater. So we have a pinch hitter for Esteban Sepulveda. It's Hyun Han, who's normally a pitcher, but he's getting the call to be a hitter after a dry offensive day for Sonoma. They've had no shortage of base runners and hits. 5 hits on the day, just no runs. They even stranded the bases loaded. So Sepulveda's day is done. He was 0 for 1 as the lefty hitter digs in against the righty. Fastball off the plate on the first offering. 1-0. On a righty pitcher normally, batting lefty with a low stance. The 1-0, outside, taken for a ball. 2-0. Zirkle trying to get through another inning. Han is out of Los Medanos College. Also played at New Mexico Military Institute. He takes a ball outside 3-0. Zirkle not really finding the zone much here. Has 2 strikeouts already. Has just dished a 3-0 count. That one not close on the 3-0. Fastball outside. Ball 4. Hahn is aboard. And that'll flip the order over for Colton Boardman, who already has 2 hits today.
Yeah, tough at bat there for Zirkle. Looks like was a bit afraid of challenging the left-handed hitter inside.
And pitching coach Dustin Cheney will meet with his righty on the mound, along with the infielders. There's a lefty up for the Crawdads in the bullpen. Get word on maybe who that could be, but it looks like Zirkle could stay in the game. Maybe at least for one more batter. As it stands, 2-0 ball game in favor of Walnut Creek. Crawdads trying to get back in the win column after a rough week. But they've lost to Sonoma and Arroyo Seco after clocking in at number 1 in the power rankings. It's tough to tell from our view who that is in the bullpen, but it is a lefty.
Probably Max Cohen then.
I think you're right.
Listed as one of the bullpen arms for Walnut Creek today.
So Cohen is on the radar. 1 man on, 1 out. First offering to the leadoff man, Boardman, taken for a strike. He's 2 for 3. Pair of singles. He's been left on base twice. Also grounded out. Crawdads trying to cling on to the lead as Zirkle throws over to first. But Hahn back in time. A pretty evenly matched game so far. Just the Crawdads have been able to turn their hitters into runs. Second offering, grounded over to second. Ellis tags out the runner, now throws to first, double play. Smart play from Ellis, saved him time as he was able to tag out the runner and dish over to first. So Zirkle gets out of the inning. We will go to the bottom of the 7th. It's stretch time. Crawdads lead 2-0. The new pitcher for Sonoma is Ryan Sayo out of Cal State Fullerton. Posted a solid 2 ERA there. He'll face Brady Wilson to start the bottom of the 7th inning. It'll be 7-8-9 for Walnut Creek. Sayo this season has been also pretty solid for Sonoma. 4.5 ERA in 3 appearances. trying to get through this inning and get his guys up again as the Crawdads still lead 2-0 here in the bottom of the 7th. Brady Wilson, the lefty hitter, digs in.
Former teammates at Sac City College playing against each other at the moment.
That's right, 2 Sacramento natives facing off. Sayo with a sidearm delivery, dishes, and it's fouled back. Wilson, 0 for 2 today, grounded out and struck out. Back at the DH spot after getting some reps in the infield lately and pitching. Crawdads looking for some insurance. Sayo. Ball outside, 1-1. Yeah, we talked to Wilson beginning of the series and said he's a good pitcher. Has that funky delivery, sidearm, but he's a guy that's hard to hit. Sayo stares in. Wilson waits, the 1-1. The sweeper, high part of the zone, taken for a strike. 1-2 on Wilson. Crawdads' bottom of the order has been a big force for the team this season. Wilson usually getting penciled in higher up. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Fooled him on the 81-mile-an-hour off speed. Outer part of the plate, and there's one down.
Nasty, nasty off-speed pitch from Ryan Sayo. Gets a big cut from his former teammate Wilson. Sure was looking to get a big hit on his friend.
Yeah, we've seen multiple former teammates square off in this game. That was a second pair. Ryan Ellis digs in. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out. Lefty hitter against Sayo. He takes the ball outside, fastball off the plate, 1-0. Ellis playing third base to start the game, moved over to second after Jared Medham was thrown out. The 1-0 at the dish. Ellis waves his red bat, takes the ball inside, 2-0. Ellis has been a pretty consistent force for the Crawdads when he's been healthy. Missed some time with a knee injury, but back in the lineup. Seems to be okay now. We 2-0 at the dish, 1 away. Sayo pitches a strike, outer part of the plate. 86-mile-an-hour fastball. 2-1 on Ellis. Ellis at UT Arlington, currently in the transfer portal. One of over 5,000 college baseball players to hit the portal. Pretty unprecedented. The 2-1. Inside. Called a strike. Ellis thought it was a ball. He turned out of the way. It's another fastball called a strike. 2-2 on Ellis at the dish. Crawdads scored 1 last inning. Looking for more. They lead 2-0 here in the bottom of the 7th. 2-2 at the dish. Here's the sidearm delivery. Hit foul to the left side. Ellis stays alive. 2-2 still. Crawdads have struck out 5 times today. That was the first for Sayo, who has a brother on the team as well. Scales the third base side of the rubber. Now stares in on the 2-2. Here it comes. Just outside on the 77-mile-an-hour changeup. Full count on Ellis. Looking to be aboard once again. It's a guy who's a threat to potentially go if he gets aboard. So Crawdads look for insurance. Here's the payoff from Sayo. Hit over to second, charging Boardman. Flips to first in time for out number 2. So for the second time in the inning, the Crawdads are sat down. We'll bring up Cam Calvillo. He's 0 for 2. Getting out of the 9th spot. Calvillo popped out and flied out his 2 trips to the plate. Righty hitter digs in against the righty Sayo. Here's the first pitch. Slider in there for a strike. It's a nice tailing action on that pitch. 0-1 at the dish. Calvillo hitting .222 on the year, a late arrival to the Crawdads roster. The 0-1. Hit high in the air, right center field. A bit of a run for Akers, and it's going to get down. Drops in right center. Calvillo trying for 2. He's in there safely. A close throw but Cam Calvillo legs out a double. And that was an odd play. Looked like it was going to be routine play, but it kept carrying.
Yeah, the wind trailed it out, inching it closer and closer into right field, out of Akers' reach. And Shannon wasn't quite expecting to make the play. It ended up being his and just missed the glove.
So that'll bring up Riley Leininger, who's taking his first hacks of the day. Came in as a defensive replacement for Jared Medham after he was tossed. Lefty hitter has been on base in every game for the Crawdads. He's also appeared in every game. He's the only player to do so. Lefty hitter against Seo with the man on second. Takes a two-seam fastball low, but called a strike 0-1. Crawdads with another runner in scoring position, threatening to score. They lead 2-0. They know that might not be enough. The 0-1 to Leininger. Inside fastball, called a ball that time. 1-1. Crawdads will be back in action tomorrow against Sonoma. I'll take the trip up north for the first time this season. Seo shakes off two signs. He's yet to come set with a man on second. Now he does. Takes a squat, peers at second, now fires home. Leininger, drive out to right center field, still going, and it's going to die in the wind as Shannon puts the glove up and makes the catch toward the warning track. And that's frustrating for Leininger, thinking he might have had an extra base hit, maybe a home run. That'll do it for the 7th inning. Crawdads lead 2-0. We go to the 8th here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Welcome back to Danville. Crawdads still lead 2-0. They're out hitting Sonoma 7-5. It'll be 2-3-4 for Sonoma. New pitcher on the hill for the Crawdads, Max Cohen, the lefty. Been solid for Walnut Creek this season. He faces Nicholas Sebastiani first. Righty hitter hits one to the right side in foul territory toward the Crawdad bullpen and out of play for strike one. Cohen for the Crawdads this season, like we mentioned, not too bad. 4.5 ERA in 4 appearances. A really nice appearance against the Merchants on June 19th. So he pitches a ball low in the zone to Sebastiani, 1-1. In that outing, he went 3 innings with 3 Ks, only 2 hits, no earned runs. The 1-1. That one in there for a strike, although it bounces off of Justice's glove. 1-2 at the dish to Sebastiani, who's 1 for 2 with a hit by pitch, a single, and a strikeout. Cohen covers his face with the glove, now kicks and deals the 1-2. Outside corner fastball, called a ball, close pitch, but it's 2-2. Sebastiani out of Santa Rosa Junior College. The 2-2. Slapped up the middle. Calvillo gloves it short, flips to first in time for out number 1. So Cohen records his first out. Going to bring up Landon Akers, who has a pair of base knocks today, 2 singles and a strikeout to his line. Sonoma struggling to get guys aboard early in innings. They're still scoreless. So Crawdads lead 2-0. Trying to force a rubber match tomorrow. Cohen deals. Fastball in there for a strike, middle part of the plate. 0-1. Akers has the team lead, or is tied for the team lead with 2 home runs, but he leads the teams in hits with 19. The 0-1 low in the zone, 1-1 on the off speed. Had 17 hits coming into today, got 2. It's a firm lead on the Stompers. The 1-1. Hit foul to the left side, out of play. 1-2. Akers, one of a few Bellarmine University players on the Stompers, hitting .356 in 2025. The 1-2. Rope to left field, down for a base hit in front of Brome. And it gets away from Brome. He takes a turn at first. He's going to hold up as Akers thought about going to 2. He's going to stay at first on the single. So maybe the spark that Sonoma needs. Down 2-0. So that'll bring up McCann Libby, who represents the tying run potentially here in the 8th. Cohen now from the stretch, kicks and fires home. Fastball outside, 1-0 to Libby. He's 0 for 3. Grounded out in the 6th, his last time up. Cohen looks over at first, now at the plate. That one hit the other way to the right side. A bit of a run for Donnelly. He's going to get there and make the catch. Tagging is Akers. The throw. Umpire is not signaled yet. But no tag. He's safe. So it's productive out from Libby to move Akers over to second. With 2 away, that'll bring up Brady Shannon. He's 0 for 3. Sonoma vying for a base hit here. Down 2-0. They've out-hit the Crawdads. Or, excuse me, the Crawdads have out-hit them only by 1, but have the advantage here in the late innings. Cohen, still from the stretch, takes 2 nods at second, now home. Fouled off to the right side by Shannon. 0-1. Mentioned Shannon 0 for 3 today. He looks for his first base knock of the game. Righty hitter, lefty pitcher. Cohen fires in there for a strike. 68-mile-an-hour off speed. He can really range that speed up.
He can, and that was a really nice looping curveball in there, Kasey. Breaks into the zone when the hitter doesn't expect it to.
Absolutely. 0-2 at the dish, 2 away. Swing and a miss! Shannon's upset about it. And Cohen gets out of the inning, giving up a base runner, but that's all. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Crawdads still lead 2-0 on the Stompers. Bottom of the 8th inning set to begin here in the Creek. Crawdads still lead 2-0, and they're up to bat, facing off against the new pitcher, Kyle Seo, the brother of the previous pitcher we just saw, Ryan Seo. So Kyle comes in posting a 2.35 ERA on the year out of Sacramento City College, where he had a 5 ERA in 2025. He'll face Sam Jenkins to begin things. Righty pitcher against the lefty hitter. Jenkins 0 for 3 in the 2 spot. Trying to create some traffic for the Crawdads who need insurance. Seo comes set, now fires home. In the dirt on the 85-mile-an-hour changeup. 1-0 to Jenkins. He was a strikeout victim in the 6th. Put the ball in play twice otherwise with a ground out and a fly out. It's been a big solid piece for the Crawdads at the top of the order and defensively tracking down balls in the outfield. He waits on the 1-0 from Seo. Comes set, now fires. Swing and a miss. Outside corner fastball got Jenkins to go. He nods over to the dugout, likely hearing some advice from head coach Brant Cummings. 1-1 to Jenkins. Seo with a different delivery than his brother. Not so much sidearm. The 1-1, another swing and a miss. 78-mile-an-hour changeup on the outer corner, 1-2. Crawdads would love some insurance. They're not a team that usually collapses late. They did against Menlo Park when they didn't have insurance. Jenkins with his black bat and his Baylor gloves. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. On the drop third strike, though, he gets all the way through the 5-hole of Pulowski. Throws to first, and the throw's not going to get there in time as it pops out of the glove of Lazul. So it's a drop third strike as Jenkins didn't know that he had that. Didn't look back home, and he gets to first safely. So it's a drop third strike that allows Jenkins to get aboard. An unlucky break for Seo on the hill. That brings up the lefty hitter Joey Donnelly, who's been big for the Crawdads today. 2 for 3 with a pair of singles and an RBI. Hits it out to deep center field. A big run for Akers. He's going back towards the warning track. It's gone! Joey Donnelly hits his first of the year, and the Crawdads tack on 2 big insurance runs. It's 4-0 Walnut Creek. Joey Donnelly gives it a ride to center.
Oh my goodness, Joey Donnelly, the crack off the bat on the first pitch, and that was well struck on the barrel. Carries all the way up to dead center. That's some serious power he splashed.
We knew he was going to get it at some point. He's been the Crawdads' best hitter, leading the team in average, but he gets the big fly, and a big one at that. 4-0 Walnut Creek. As that brings up Zach Justice with still nobody out. Seo back to the windup, faces the righty hitter. Throws an outside fastball taken for a ball, 1-0. Donnelly never had much power at Cal either. Has shown a lot in the CCL, though, in his years here. Gets his first of the year. The 1-0 is low. 2-0 on Justice, who is no stranger to the big fly either. Had a home run last game. So the Crawdads double their lead with 1 swing. And Seo looking a little bit rattled. He looks in on the 2-0 against Justice. Takes a strike, outer corner, 2-1. Justice had a hit back in the 6th. It was a single in an inning where the Crawdads scored. He also has 2 groundouts to his day. Catcher out of Oregon. Works the inner part of the plate. And hits the drive out to left field. Sebastiani chasing at the wall. Makes the catch, running into the wall. Wow. A good play there from Sebastiani as the Crawdads threaten back-to-back home runs.
Yeah, Justice just missed a piece of that one, Casey. I mean, literally another foot or perhaps a degree lower of launch angle, and he's got it.
There's 1 away in the inning as the Crawdads are liking what they're seeing, to say the least, from Seo.
Clearly, they're attacking.
Yeah, and they're putting the ball into the outfield with some power in a ballpark where it's hard to hit home runs. So that brings up John Ewens into his fielder's choice last time up. He singled and stole a base in the 4th and popped out in the 1st. Takes a low changeup from Seo, 1-0. Crawdads now with 8 hits in the ball game. Ewens has been one of their best hitters when he's been in the lineup. 1-0 to him, taken for a strike, fastball inside. But catches the plate. Ewens, another guy out of Baylor. Looking for some more playing time there. The 1-1. Change up off the outer corner. 2-1 on Ewens. Another lefty hitter in the order for the Crawdads. It's almost a fully lefty lineup after the ejection of Jared Medham, because he was replaced by Leininger. Swing and a miss. Now 2-2 on Ewens. Had a big fielder's choice in the 6th. Was able to leg out a ground ball, and a run came across in the process. 2-2, 1 away. Hit on the ground sharply to second base. Libby picks it up, flips to first, and the throw gets away. Ewens sprinting towards second as Lazul, he looks hurt. He's hobbling gingerly. And Ewens somehow finds a way to not get out.
Not only throwing error ends up costing him 2 bags.
Still only 1 out in the inning. And it really should be 3 because the drop third strike as well. So this inning going from bad to worse for Sonoma. And yeah, Lazul over at first looks like he's in a little bit of pain. Looks like his left hand is what he's looking at.
Gotta hope he's okay. Hopefully he can shake it off, keep playing, because he's definitely a key piece in the Stompers lineup.
So the E3 allows Ewens to get to second. It's only the first error of the game. Of course, we did see a drop third strike this inning, so there really should be 3 outs in the inning, like we said, but it's been bad luck and poor decisions by the Stompers. So Ewens will go to second. Take a look at Lazul. He seems to be all right, staying in the game. It's always a good sign.
Absolutely.
That'll bring up Ryan Brome. Hitless in 2 at-bats, but he also walked. He's been a strikeout victim twice. Lefty hitter with a big RBI chance as he digs into the left side. Lefty hitter against the righty pitcher, Seo. Ewens in second. Still 1 away as the Crawdads lead 4-0. The spot of the 8th inning has been very eventful in many different ways. Rome digs in. Here's the first offering from Seo. Hit high up in the air to center field. Akers tracking back. He's going to camp under it just in front of the warning track. Ewens tagging. And the throw beats him. It's a double play to end the inning as the Stompers get a big break there as Ewens tags, but is beat by a mile. We'll head to the top of the 9th. Crawdads lead 4-0 here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Crawdads flirting with a shutout. As we're here in the top of the ninth, Cam Krogan is the new pitcher on the mound for Walnut Creek. He's been the best pitcher so far for Walnut Creek. He's the guy you need in this spot. 1.08 ERA for the Pepperdine man. 6'4", 210 pounds. Will face the middle part of the order. Starting with Connor Pulowski, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. The righty Krogan against the righty hitter. In there for a strike on the first offering, 0-1. Krogan just turned 20 3 days ago out of Pepperdine. Pulowski trying to keep them alive. Curveball inside, 1-1. Krogan has been lights out in pretty much every appearance he's had. Giving up that lone earned run. The 1-1 hits softly to center field. A bit of a run back in the wind for Jenkins. But he'll put the glove up for out number 1 in the ninth.
Wind definitely helps there. Not like it was terribly hard contact there from the catcher Pulowski, but Krogan will take that one. Only allowed that one run on just one hit, Kasey.
Absolutely. That'll bring up Paul Lazul, who's 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts. He appeared to be a little injured last half inning, making a play at first. He digs it on the left side against the righty Krogan. 89-mile-an-hour fastball outside, 1-0. Lazul out of Monterey Peninsula. Trying to get aboard here in this 4-0 ball game in favor of Walnut Creek. Krogan stares in, swing and a miss. 1-1 on Lazul. Krogan trying to get the out here. The 1-1 hit foul to the right side. 1-2. Keys went 0 for 4 last game with a pair of strikeouts. 1-2, fastball outside, taken for a ball, 2-2. Krogan has been, like you mentioned, one of the top pitchers for Walnut Creek this season, along with Braden Barnes. 2-2, curveball runs inside and hits the foot of Keys, so he's aboard. And potentially a rally starting base runner. We'll see. Down 4, 1 away. Only have 2 outs left. Ben Sebastiani will be the pinch hitter for Anthony Shepler. Shepler's day is over. He went 0 for 3. So Sonoma not afraid to make some changes here at the bottom of the order.
Clearly not.
Ben Sebastiani, the cousin of Nicholas Sebastiani, who is sitting in the 2 spot. Krogan from the stretch. Deals a strike fastball down Broadway, 0-1.
I mean, this late in the game, Kasey down by 4, you might as well try to get some changes, see if a spark catches.
Absolutely. 1 swing and a miss. Another 89-mile-an-hour heater. 0-2 from Krogan. He's in control. Sonoma with only 2 outs left to work with. Threatened to be shut out. The 0-2 just off the outside corner. Krogan wanted strike 3, but it's 1-2. Ben Sebastiani played in the first game of the series. As he hits it hard up the middle, diving stop from Ellis, but it's going to get through to the outfield. Keys over to second. And there's 2 aboard, with only 1 away. Hahn will be up next. He came in as a pinch hitter as well earlier in the game and walked. So lefty hitter will try to get aboard as the lineup would flip over after him. And if he can get on, we'd be talking about tying runner being at the plate. Krogan from the stretch fires home. Fastball in there for a strike around the knees on the inner part of the plate. 0-1. 2 runners on. Crawdads up 4-0. 1 out here in the top of the ninth. Low stands for Hahn. He waits. Pitch in the dirt. Blocked by Justice behind the dish. 1-1.
If you're Krogan in this spot, Kasey probably just trying to pitch to some soft contact, ground ball, try to turn a double play. Pitcher's best friend. Keep it low in the zone.
See where he goes with it here on the 1-1. Comes set, now fires. Hit the other way out to left. Brome sits under it for the catch. Both runners hold up at their respective bases, and there's 2 away.
Soft fly ball works too, gets the job done. Good work there from Krogan.
So Colton Boardman is the last chance for Sonoma as the lineup turns over to him. He's 2 for 4, 2 singles, 2 ground outs, one of which was a double play. 2 men aboard. Crawdads clinging on to the 4-0 lead. First pitch to him, called, strike on the curveball, 0-1. Boardman has been consistently the Stompers' best hitter. Hitting .271 coming into today. Second offering, another curveball, that time low, 1-1. Boardman leads the team in doubles with 4. Also has 8 stolen bases for the team lead. Krogan trying to send the Crawdads home happy here on Tuesday. We'll go up to Sonoma tomorrow. The 1-1. Hit foul, softly straight back. 1-2. Another off-speed pitch from Krogan. Boardman from Northridge. Originally, but moved to Las Vegas and went to Bishop Gorman High School there. 1-2 at the plate. Krogan looking for the punch out. Here it comes. That time outside. Taken for a ball. 2-2. Krogan going to some off-speed on this at-bat. He's been a reliable shutdown guy for the Crawdads. Coming in for quite a few appearances. The 2-2. Just fouled straight back to the screen. Count stays 2-2.
Boardman does a nice job just getting the tip of the bat on the fastball. Krogan dealing right now.
Boardman at Cal State Northridge in 2025, 247 average. Both these guys going to school in Southern California. Krogan fires. Fastball taken outside and low. Full count. And if Boardman walks here, it would bring the potentially tying run to the plate in Sebastiani. Full count at the dish. Both runners at first and second will be on the move with 2 outs. Krogan, the payoff. Hits softly on the ground over to second. Ellis bobbles it and kicks it off his foot. Everyone's going to be safe on the E4. So Krogan thought he was going to get out of the game on the bouncing ground ball to second. But this is the Sonoma Stompers hanging on by a thread. As Krogan ties his shoe, buys some time. Nicholas Sebastiani will hit next. A home run would tie the game. But otherwise, Crawdads trying to get out of this game with a win and force a rubber match tomorrow. Sebastiani, 1 for 3. He was hit by a pitch in the first. He also singled, hitting out of the right side against the righty Krogan. First offering in there for a strike. Curveball around the knees. It's 0-1. Krogan led a lot with the fastball to start this inning. He's gone to more off-speed pitches more recently. As he touches the rubber, now fires. Curveball close, but low. 1-1. Krogan thought he had strike 2 there, but it's 1-1 still. 2 away in the inning. Bases loaded. Crawdads lead 4-0. And that one outside and low. Justice just blocks. Taken for a ball. 2-1. Sebastiani, right-handed hitter. The cousin of the man at third, Ben Sebastiani. Bases loaded. 2 outs. 2-1 count at the dish. Top of the 9th inning. Crawdads trying to get the win at home. The 2-1. Curveball inside and low. Ball 3. Krogan, if he did allow a run here, would be unearned. All 3 base runners would be unearned runners because of the error. The 3-1. Not close. Outside. Ball 4. Krogan walks in a run, and it's 4-1. The shutout is done. So it's an RBI walk for Nicholas Sebastiani as Keys comes in from third to score. That'll bring up Landon Akers with the bases still loaded. The tying run now at first. As Zach Justice, the catcher, goes over to his pitcher, Krogan, for a quick talk. Now returns back to the plate. The hitter is Landon Akers. He's had a great day. 3 for 4 with 3 singles and 1 strikeout. Righty hitter against the righty pitcher, Krogan, trying to end the day. First pitch to him, outside and low, 1-0. Stompers are a pretty gritty team, as Dustin Cheney, the pitching coach for the Crawdads, makes his way to the hill. Stompers with 7 hits on the day, but only 1 run. They've left a lot of men on base. Akers is the guy you want to have up if you want power. Tied for the team lead with 2 home runs. Also has the most hits for the Stompers now with 20. He's the first man to reach 20. Conversation on the hill with Krogan. No one up and throwing for the Crawdads in the bullpen. I don't think they expected it to get to a point where they'd need another reliever. So Krogan will try to get the final out. He got the first out of the inning on the leadoff man, Pulowski, pretty routinely. But he's given up 2 free passes, of course the error, and then 1 single. So bases loaded, 1-0 count at the dish to Akers, batting righty. Krogan fires home low. 83-mile-an-hour changeup, 2-0. Krogan usually a guy can get through these types of innings quickly. He's got himself in some trouble. 2-0 to Akers. Krogan fires low again. Ball 3 as Krogan cannot find the zone right now. Hitters count to Akers, who would likely take here with 2 away and the bases loaded. 4-1 ball game in favor of the Crawdads here in the top of the 9th. The 3-1 outside and low, ball 4. So another unearned run comes around to score as Sebastiani will touch home from third, and it's back-to-back walks for Krogan that result in runs. 4-2 ball game now. Bases still loaded, the tying run now at second. McCann Libby stands in. He's had a woeful day, 0 for 4, batting righty against Krogan, who has struggled with command. First offering in there for a strike, finally finding the zone again. 0-1. Libby, normally a really solid hitter toward the top of the order, but has had a tough day here in the windy Danville skies. Outside, taken for a ball, 1-1. Krogan missing low quite a bit as well.
Yeah, he's trying to keep everything low, trying to induce a ground ball contact here. Hasn't been able to get one.
A single with enough reach could tie the game. Swing and a miss. 89-mile-an-hour fastball low in the zone, 1-2. Krogan 1 strike away from getting out of this game without the loss. Libby licking his chops, the 1-2. Grounded back to Krogan at the mound. Waits, throws to first, in time. Crawdads win. After a stressful top of the 9th inning, Walnut Creek gets the job done. The bench clears as they're ready to celebrate and tie up this series. The rubber match will be tomorrow in Sonoma as the Crawdads come back in Game 2, come out to a 4-0 lead, and eventually win 4-2 here on Tuesday. Crawdads, it was a tough game from the get-go for Sonoma. And they'll get the win here. Cody Perry will be the winning pitcher for the Crawdads. Loser will be Charlie Malton. As the Crawdads get a solid win. Charlie, what were your main takeaways from this game?
I think it's got to be pitching. You know, up until Krogan, they were pretty much spotless, Casey. Only tally it up before the 9th. 6 hits, no runs allowed, no errors. Flawless defense from Walnut Creek today up until the error there from Ellis. I mean, clearly the ground ball drills worked earlier today. Clearly the pitchers had something to prove. Credit to Perry, Timothy, Zirkle, and Cohen for just being magnificent. And then the bats did just enough to keep them in the game and give them enough of a lead to take it all the way. Really an well-played all-around game for Walnut Creek today, Kasey.
Yeah, you said it. We don't really expect that from Krogan, but again, the error probably should have ended the game, so you can't put too much blame on him. But we'll step aside. That'll do it. Crawdads win 4-2, get back in the win column in a low-scoring affair. Be back tomorrow in Sonoma. Make sure to tune in as the Crawdads face the Stompers and try to win the series.